Alhamdulillah, certainly the praise belongs to Almighty Allah. Alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfir. Wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. Wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. يا أيها الذين آمنوا واتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء اتقوا الله الذي تسألون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا واتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير هدي محمد وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. And every going astray leads us astray. Every going astray leads us into the blazing fire, leads us into perdition, leads us into doubt. And we, being amongst the most fortunate of all humankind, are fortunate to have the guidance that Allah Ta'ala has given humanity, clear and simple, and a way to avoid the pitfalls in this life and the life to come. The pitfalls meaning that there are things that are going to affect us, negatively affect us when we leave this world, or positively affect us, depending on what we do here and now. I think that we should maybe address, inshallah ta'ala, the idea that we are not alone. We are not alone. There is an arch enemy, pursed and dedicated to our undoing, that wants for us to make sure that we fail in this attempt at life to find ourselves amongst those who are being blessed by Allah Ta'ala with a place in paradise. And we go back to the Quran always, being the best of the information that we can use to benefit our souls. Always it is important. From the very beginning of our existence, someone being has been our arch enemy because he was jealous. And I'm going to read a few little verses for you that are going to help you to focus on this, because I don't want for us to meet our undoing by thinking that all we have to do is worry about our own souls, but there's more to worry about. We have to worry about our enemies. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says in the Quran, وَتَبِعُوا مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكُمْ أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أتبعوا ما أنزل إليكم من ربكم ولا تتبعوا من دونه أولياء قليلا ما تذكرون. O mankind, what has been revealed to you from your Lord, follow it. And do not follow other than him as an ally. And it goes on to say, قَلِيلًا مَا تَذَكَّرُونَ. Little are you remembering. We don't pay very close attention to what is available to us in the way of knowledge. And so sometimes we're just swimming around in our own little brains trying to figure things out instead of following guidance. The best thing that a human being could have, any creature, is to be guided. Because there are things that we can see and there are things that we can't see. There are things that we know and there are things that we do not know. But Allah Ta'ala, He knows all of what is necessary for our well-being. And so we have to pay careful attention to what He is saying. So we read it again, follow. Follow what has been revealed to you. This is going to how you, these young people and all of the older ones, the Arab and the non-Arab, the black and the white, everybody is going to be safe if you follow guidance. وَمَنْ يَهْدِي اللَّهُ فَلَا مُضِلَّ وَمَنْ يُضْلِلْ فَلَا هَادِيَ لَهُ. And whoever Allah guides, if He guides you, you're guided. And if you don't follow the guidance, you will certainly be misguided. وَلَقَدْ مَكَنَّكُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَجَعَلْنَا لَكُمْ فِيهَا مَعِيشَةً قَلِيلًا مَا تَشْكُرُونَ. And then Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, same surah. And we have certainly established you upon the earth and made for you therein ways of livelihood. This ma'isha means ways of living, acquiring what you need to live a life. But He goes on to say, little are you grateful. قَلِيلًا مَا تَشْكُرُونَ. So we have to remove two things here from this whole equation. The lack of remembering, the lack of being mindful, and the lack of being grateful. When we are mindful, when we have dhikr of Allah Ta'ala, and we reflect on the knowledge that has been revealed by Almighty Allah, then we think differently because we're not going on what we think. We're going on guidance. And with that, when the minute you begin to go on guidance, then it is a way to become grateful. Because you will most assuredly be grateful if you have knowledge and if you reflect on what you've been given. And what are the possibilities for us as human beings. Now, we come to the enemy. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال فبما أغويتني لا أقعدن لهم صراطك المستقيم. Satan said, because you have put me in error. Now Satan, he is very jealous of us because he thinks of us as being less than him because of the material that he's made out of. Allah Ta'ala has honored us and made mankind a very special type of human being. He's made us with all the abilities and qualities of high thinking, and also He's given us the challenge of our own vain desires. And this is where we lose out. So He says, because you have put me in error, I will surely sit and wait for them on your straight path. قال فبما أغويتني لا أقعد لهم صراطك المستقيم. Because you have kicked me out, because you have debased me. Allah didn't debase Him, He debased Himself by refusing. This is why He's Ar-Rajim. This is why He's the most of the Daleen, because He knew, He understood. But we can fall into that same pit hole by becoming amongst the people who have kibr, arrogance. And this is what a racist is. A racist is an arrogant person that accrues to himself, counts on himself as being something special. Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, sit up, young man. All of you all sit up. Sit up and put your legs in. Sit up. Sit up. It's good for you. ثم لآتينهم من بين أيديهم ومن خلفهم وعن أيمانهم وعن شمالهم ولا تجد أكثرهم شاكرين. Then I will come to them. Now this is where, see, the name of this khutbah should be Satan surrounds us. But that's not the real problem. Satan surrounds us, and he says, then I will come to them from before them, from behind them, on the right of them and on the left. And you will find most of them to be what? تَجِدُ أَكْثَرَهُمْ شَاكِرِينَ. You will not. وَلَا تَجِدُ أَكْثَرَهُمْ شَاكِرِينَ. And you will find most of them to be ungrateful. And you will find most of humankind to be ungrateful. Now the two things that He had just warning us about in ourselves is that we don't remember and we are littler, qalilan ma tashkurun. We are ungrateful and we're mindless. And so Satan is right about us. Because Allah Ta'ala, He knows what we are. And He has given us the disposition and the attitude and the ability to receive and hear and obey or to refuse. And Satan says, وَلَا تَجِدُ أَكْثَرَهُمْ شَاكِرِينَ. And he's proven to be right. That most of us are mindless, less than remembering, ignorant. وَأَكْثَرَ مِنَ النَّاسِ لَا يَشْكُرُونَ وَلَا يَكْفَرُونَ. We don't fear Allah, we don't وَلَا يَفْقَهُونَ. We don't understand. This is most of humanity. But our job is not to compare ourselves to the rest of humanity when Allah Ta'ala has given us a title. كُنْتُمْ خَيْرَ أُمَّةً أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ. You are the best of people raised taken out of humanity. But only when you remember Allah, only when you hear and obey rules and regulations for living life. If you look at the world today, you will find that most of mankind are obeying the rules of negativity. They don't hear, they don't obey, they don't pay attention, they're ungrateful, and they are arrogant. All diseases and qualities of Satan himself. And then we want to blame Satan for our undoing. It is not. He's doing his job. He said, I will come to them. He said, ثُمَّ لَا تَتَّبِعْنَهُمْ. And he's saying that he will sit on the path. He was sitting on Allah's straight path. See, one of the things is that you think that Satan's over in the corner. No, Satan's right in front of you. Shaitan's right in front of you. He stays on the straight path. That's how he gets you off of it. I will surely sit and wait for them on your straight path, on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. And then he says, ثُمَّ لَا أَتَبِيَنَّهُمْ من بين أيديهم ومن خلفهم وعن أيمانهم وعن شمالهم ولا تجدوا أكثرهم شاكرين. And you will find most of mankind. I will sit and I will wait, and I'll be there waiting for them, directly in front of them. I will be behind them. I'll be on the right. I'll be on the left. But the problem is not where Satan is going to try to find us, but where are we at mentally? The way we can distinguish things is to find out how carefully we understand what the path is and how we are able to discern right from wrong in what we are doing. Allah Ta'ala, He changes the condition of people who follow the rules. We have safe passage to paradise if we follow the rules. We have safe passage to paradise if we follow the rules of the road. You can't fall asleep on your way to paradise. You can't fall asleep when you're on the way to New York. You will find yourself in the ditch. You will find yourself dead and run over. But we have more fear about dying on the road than we have dying as kafirs or disobedient to Allah Ta'ala. قال الله عز وجل, He says, قال أخرج منها. Get out of here, He told Satan. This is might be what we hear from Satan, from Allah Ta'ala. This might be what we hear from him. أخرج منها. Get out. Get away. I'm afraid. Get out of paradise, reproach and expel whoever follows you among them. قال أخرج منها مذهوما مدعوه له مهورا لمن تبعك منهم لا أملا أن جهنم منكم أجمعين. Get out, and whoever follows you, you'll find them being your company in the hellfire. Now, we want to find out how this all started. Allah Ta'ala, He says to Adam, Ya Adamu askun anta wa azwajuk. Live in paradise with you and your wife in paradise. Al-Jannah. فَكُلْ مِنْ حَيْثُ, and eat whatever شِئَاتُمَا وَلَا تَقْرَبَا هَذَا الشَّجَرَةِ. Eat whatever you want. You're in paradise. He kicked Satan out, and he's telling Adam and his wife, his beautiful wife Hawa, eat, live, be, everything that you see here you can have. Go ahead, enjoy yourselves. You have paradise. Now here comes the thief. فَوَسْوَسَ لَهُمَّا شَيْطَانٌ. So listen to this word. Say waswas to yourself. Say waswas. This is the only way, the only power that Satan has over humankind is to influence you by influencing what you smell and what you taste and what you feel and what you hear and what you come to know. He appeals to what you like. And he put negative things in front of you so that you will take a bite out of them. فوسوس لهما شيطان ليبديان لهما ما وأورئ عنهما من سوآتهما وقال ما نهاكما ربكما عن هذه الشجرة إلا أن تكونا ملكين أو تكونا من الخالدين. But Satan whispered to them to make apparent to them that which was concealed from them of their private parts. He said, your Lord did not forbid you this tree except that you become angels or become immortal, that you will, it says, well, the Khalidin, that you would exist eternally. You already had anything you wanted. You already had the promise of eternal existence in paradise. And he's selling you something that you already have. So, when we come to think of this, all of us have to, and this is the found in the 7th surah, everybody has to pay careful attention to this, to find out how the world works, how things work. And if you don't know how they work, and if you can't, this thing has been written down from Allah Ta'ala to give you an example of how life goes and how you can salvage yourself, how you can be safe. And still we seem as though we don't understand that we've already given the book of instruction to safeguard ourselves. And then he goes on to say, unless you become angels or you live forever. وَقَاسَمُهُمَّا إِنِّي لَكُمَا لَمِنَ نَاسِحِينَ. And he swore by Allah to them, indeed I am to you from among the sincere advisors. The word nasiha means advice. I mean you well. It's going to be okay. I wouldn't tell you anything wrong. Satan's a liar. Satan's a liar and he hates you. The issue here now is, and we'll get to it, is not about him hating us. It's about how much we love ourselves and are we willing to obey Allah. He's all around us, as it has been said, all around us, looking in any way he can to make sure that you don't make it back to paradise. And sometimes we are listening carefully to the music of this life, to the songs of this life, to the taste of the dunya, to the things that we enjoy, so much so that even he can dangle that which is haram in front of us and drape it in the halal. But Allah Ta'ala has warned us. He says, Ya Bani Adama, la tafatinannakumul shaitan. O children of Adam, let not Satan tempt you as he removed your parents from paradise. I'm talking to you young people, wake up, yep, sit up. Don't go to sleep on this. This is important information. As a matter of fact, you got a better chance at it than the rest of the people in this room. Because you're young, your minds are fresh. These people here, the older ones, the sisters downstairs, you older people, I don't know. The future of this world is in your hands, not in their hands. They're full of mistakes. I'm trying to advise them they don't make the same mistakes. Somebody's going to whisper to you soon. Even, you know, the Pokemon, all that stuff there? You play that? Yeah, you don't? Okay, well, somebody's whispering to your kid, and somebody's whispering to the young man beside you. Somebody's whispering to him over there. They're whispering. It's a big whisper going on. This is the power that Satan has. It's called a whisper, the waswas. So, Ya Bani Adama, لا تفتننكم الشيطان كما أخرج أبويكم من الجنة. Don't be like your father Adam and Eve and your mother Eve, who got kicked out of the garden because they weren't listening. I want you to listen. I want for me to listen. And I want for all of us to pay careful attention to know that this life has great promise in it for us if we obey Allah and obey His messenger. And do not listen to Satan. So the hearts of those who disbelieve in the hereafter will incline towards that they will be satisfied with this dunya. You cannot be satisfied with dunya. If you are a believer, you cannot be satisfied with dunya. I say it again, if you are a believer in Allah Ta'ala, you cannot be satisfied with this world. Why? Because it is a temporary, fleeting thing. وَكُلُّ مَنْ عَلَيْهَا فَانٍ, and everything upon this world will disappear. He used to be young, he could do anything he wanted to. Look at him, look at me, falling apart at the seams. And somehow we keep on wanting to hold on to this here. And for the people who have a little bit of shayba in their beard, a little bit of it, I want you to pay careful attention because you're running out of time. And Satan is giving you, selling you a bill of goods that there is going to be eternal life for you and that you will know things that you didn't know. He's a liar, he's a liar, he's a liar. So take him as a liar and take him as an enemy. Ya ayyuhan nasa inna wa'dallahi al-haq. O mankind, certainly the promise of God is true. Guaranteed that you have, with Allah, you're good. Ya ayyuhan nasa inna wa'dallahi al-haq. فَلَا تَغْرُرَنَّكُمْ حَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا وَلَا يَغُرَنَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغُرُورِ. Gurur. This is one word. I want you to let you know this word. This is one of the words for the liar. He is a deceiver. And he tells you things that are not true. O mankind, indeed the promise of Allah is true. Ya ayyuhan nas inna wa'dallahi al-haq. Certainly the promise of Allah is true. So let not the worldly life, this hayatul dunya, delude you, and be not deceived about Allah by the deceiver. Because this creature, he is a liar and he wants you to go down hard and fast and quick. وَقَالَ الشَّيْطَانُ لَمَّا قُضِيَ الْأَمْرُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَعَدَكُمْ وَعَدَ الْحَقِّ وَعَدَتُكُمْ فَأَخْتَلَفْتُمْ. And Satan said, when the matter has been concluded, indeed Allah has promised you the promise of truth. And I promised you, but I betrayed you. But I had no authority over you. I had the sultana. Satan has no authority over you. The authority that he has over you, that you listen to him and you give him authority. You give him authority over you by obeying what he puts in front of you. And I promised you, but I just betrayed you. But I had no authority over you except that I invited you. And you responded to me. So do not blame me, but blame yourselves. When you stand before Allah Ta'ala and you look for an excuse, you're not going to find any excuse. So do not blame me, but blame yourselves. I cannot be called to your aid, nor can you be called to my aid. Indeed, I deny your association of me with Allah. Before, indeed, for the wrongdoers is a painful punishment. Inna zalimina lahum adhabun alim. Now, if this is what you want, know that that is promised to you as well. But paradise is also promised to you based on what you do and what you do with the knowledge that Allah has given us. Inna shaytana lakum aduun fatakidhuhu adua innama yada'u hizbahu liyakunnu min ashabi sayir. Indeed, Satan is an enemy to you, so take him as an enemy. This is how you defend yourself from Satan. This is how you defend yourself from drugs. This is how you defend yourself against diseases. By taking the things that lead you down the path to disease and drugs and homosexuality and everything else that Allah has disapproved of, by taking these paths and it as an enemy. But as long as you make friends with drugs, as long as you make friends with liars, as long as you make friends with falsehood, then they will be there to make sure that they will undo you and you will find yourself in the blazing fire. Inna shaitan lakum aduun fatakidhuhu adua. So take him as an enemy. He is certainly an enemy to you, so you got to take him as an enemy. What do you do with an enemy? Do you embrace him? Do you kiss him? Do you spend time with him? You avoid him. You reject him. We can't afford to make friends with the devil himself. And if you do, then you will find that you will find yourself in the blazing fire. I'm asking Allah Ta'ala to help us to avoid the waswas. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة. Fear Allah, O humankind. Fear Allah. Ittaqillah wa kunu ma'as-sadiqin. Fear Allah and be with the truthful. The truthful will remind you when you're on and when you're off. And every moment that you spend with people who are engaged with a relationship with shaitan, a regime, well, you'll find that that relationship will undo you because they are on the wrong path. So keep good company. وَكُنُوا مَعَ الصَّادِقِينَ. Be with the truthful. They will help you to stay on the straight path. Oh, Allah, have mercy on us and overlook our shortcomings and guide us to the best of this life and the best of the life to come. You alone are God, ever living and self-subsisting. فانصرنا يا رب فانصرنا على أنفسنا وفانصرنا على قوم الكافرين. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه بلسان إلى يوم الدين. Praise be to Almighty Allah, Lord and Creator, Rabbu samawati wal ard wa kulli shay'in bainahum. Lord of the heavens and the earth and all that is in between. Rabbul mashriqaini wa Rabbul maghribain. Lord of the two east and the two west. I always wondered what that meant. There's a east and a west that we can recognize and measure, and there's one that's beyond our ability. It's another east and another west, but it's far-reaching, it's eternal, it's complete, and it is in the hands of Allah Ta'ala. And I ask Him to make us amongst those who are receptive of the knowledge that He has revealed, and we take benefit from it. Oh Allah, help us with our affair. قل يا أيها see قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس. The last surah of the Quran gives us an understanding of what Satan is capable of and how he works in this life. He says, I only invited you. It's only this a little glimmer of something that influences, reaches your ear or your eyes. Know that the whisper is not always a voice. Sometimes it's something that the eye sees. Sometimes it's something that the ear hears. Sometimes it's things that we taste and love and like. All of them are traps of Satan that must be avoided if we are to find ourselves in Allah's good pleasure. What Satan wants is ma fi sudurina. I'm going to tell you the whole key. This is going to be the bottom line. You're going to get it. You're going to get this. Right in here, there's a feeling for things that you like. And if those feelings for the things that you like that are right in your breast become greater than the fear of Allah, then you will follow the things that you feel inside of you that you like, rather than following the fear of Allah, fear of losing His good pleasure. Now there's only room enough for one thing in your heart. Either Allah Ta'ala is first and foremost, either you fear Him, you love Him, you desire Him, and you want what He has promised, or the earthly desires and the other things that they put in front of you, they become bigger to you. Now it's up to you to make room in your heart only for the kalam of Allah, the word of God and His promise. Now if you can try to share, you can share your heart, but know that if you share your heart with your desires, your hawa, if you share your heart with your hawa and your taqwa, the hawa will win. Because there's no sharing of the heart. He's only given us every man in our jasad, in our bodies, one heart. There's no two hearts. And that heart has to be for Allah Ta'ala. And there can't be any room for the whisper of shaitan. And this is why we say, Kul. This is why Allah Ta'ala says, Kul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, that we seek refuge in the Lord of humanity. He has to be there. Maliki Nas, the one who is king and judge of humankind. Ilahi Nas, the God of humankind. What are we seeking refuge in him from the waswas? This is the big thing. The last surah of the Quran deals with the waswas. This is what will undo all of us. He has no other power over us. Very simple. Nobody can deny this. He said, I have no power over you. I invited you. Come on, let's go to the dope house. Come on, there's a blonde on the corner. Come on, you can go ahead and play that riba. It's all right. Listen to the music, dance and sing until you meet your demise. Go ahead, have a good time. And Allah Ta'ala says, and do not go for the same game that your father and mother Adam. But they were naive. They were naive. Yes, they had the knowledge that Allah Ta'ala had given to Adam, but they had no experience. We have a full experience. We have history to count on. And we have the kalam of Allah, the word of Allah. We have seen the wrong that has come to us, humanity. We see exactly right now. You don't need the Quran to read, but read the newspapers. Every day there's hurt and harm and wrongdoing. Ones who say that they are Muslim doing things that are perfectly non-Islamic. And the ones who claim that they are good guys doing even worse. I ask Allah to protect us. So let me give it to you. This hadith of our Nabi Kareem Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has a few things in it, but I'm just going to give you the last part of it so that you'll know. Because know that it is only the heart. This is a matter of the heart. This whole affair that we have is a matter of the heart. Either your heart is for Allah and this deed, this way of a life. Either Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, sit up, everybody. Get up off the wall. Everybody, get up off the wall. Sit up. Get up off the wall and sit up, everybody. No falling asleep now. I'm trying to tell you how to stay clear of the fire. Nobody falls asleep. Everybody sit up. Well, it's a heart issue that we're dealing with here today. It is a heart issue, that's it, faqat. And let me read the proof that I have for that, if I can find it. قال رسول الله إن في جسد المضغة إذا صلحت صلح جسد كله وإذا فسدت قصد جسد كله ألا وهي القلب Bukhari or Muslim. It says, truly in the body, in us, we human beings, there's a piece of flesh. A mudghah, it's a little piece of flesh. You know, it doesn't mean the physical heart. It really means that the heart center of humankind, where we feel things. The heart center of humankind, where we feel things. Because this iman is a feeling. And when we feel good about doing good and feel bad about doing bad, then we have some kind of moral compass. When we lose that, we've lost our way. Truly, in the body there is a morsel of flesh, which, if it is whole, the whole body, all of what we are is good. And if it is bad, then all of what we are is bad. And the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, ala wahi al-qalb. And you know, when you say, well, here, al-qalb, that the heart is a feminine organ, sensitive and easily to be ill-influenced. And the only tool, see, wahil qalb, and it is this heart, this tender piece of meat, this tender part of our makeup is easily influenced unless it is protected by the shield of taqwa. The bottom line, very easy. The minute you lose your taqwa, the heart has no protection. The minute you lose taqwa, your heart has no protection, because then you're not feeling. It is no longer, it becomes hard. The minute the influences of the waswas of shaitan comes to you, so that this heart becomes, it seems that you're feeling joy when you enjoy the things that you like, until there comes a day that you've left the things that Allah has commanded you to enjoy, the things that you enjoy temporarily. You've left the fear of God and obedience to God to enjoy yourself for a short little 50 years, 30 years, 80 years, 60 years, and you leave that for وَخَالِدِينَ فِيهَا أَبَدًا, that you would dwell forever. You've made a poor bargain for yourself that you would obey a heart that wants marijuana, drugs, anything that they got, any lie that they put in front of us. These people are nothing but tools for Satan. They are the junud of shaitan. They are the soldiers of Satan that have come to delude you and to trick you away from all that is good in this life. And I'm warning myself, because I like this dunya. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm enjoying it. Especially if I get another month or half, I'll be 70 years old. I've enjoyed the world. But the best of enjoyments that I've gotten out of this world is that Allah Ta'ala, at half my life ago, invited me to Islam and I accepted it. And now I feel comforted with this world, knowing that it is a piece of trash, unless it's all that I do in it is pressed into the service of Allah. Life is trash. And life can be our undoing. I ask Allah not to let us think of this world as being eternal, and not for us to think of this world as being something continually worthwhile. Rather that it is a fleeting thing. And kullu man alayha fan, everything on this world, upon this earth, is going to be destroyed. And then we will face Allah Ta'ala, and I ask Allah to make us amongst the people that when we face Allah, that He will find good in us. That He'll find a qalbun salim, a tranquil heart, an obedient heart. Ya musarafu qulub, sarafu qulubana ala ta'atik. Oh Allah, shaper of hearts, shape our hearts upon obedience to you. Allahumma rabbana waj'alna muslimin lak, and make us Muslim to you. Wa min dhurriyatina ummatan muslimin lak, and make our children, make them submissive to your will and obedient to you, Allah. How would we live for Satan to not only own us, but to own our children as well? Oh Allah, protect us from him and protect us from ourselves. Oh Allah, we ask in this world of trial and tribulation that we be your soldiers, that we be the people who are calling people, that we be your ambassadors on this world. And give us the power and the strength to change our condition, and the power and the strength to change the condition of this world. I call upon you, Allah, to help us. I call upon you, Allah, to help us over ourselves, and I call upon you, Allah, to help us over the disbeliever, to help us to be influences in their mind, to guide them to what is good. Oh Allah, there is no God but you. You are the ever-living and the self-subsisting God. There is no God but you. We pray for our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Nabi Kareem Muhammad and his family and his beloved companions and all who follow him to the day of judgment. There is no God but you. Help us, Allah. Ya Rab, fansurna. Fansurna, Ya Rab. La ilaha illa anta. Aqimu salam.